also. And I think that I think just a lot of people talking, not enough people with that have the real information to actually tell people what's going on, and that's what we're doing. Actually, is
trying to do our part.
That's right, man. Because we've all been quiet for years and just allowed it to happen, and it's been snowballing, and it's starting to affect people, and people are coming out here, like he said, unprepared. And I'm not talking about having the right shoes or the right backpack. We're talking about people coming out here thinking that they're going to walk down into a gap and it's going to be a free-for-all, or they're going to call Bret up and they're going to bargain with him or barter with him on a price, like give him a Snickers bar and a $20 bill for 6 hours of his time, man. And so what we're trying to do is tell people or inform people or keep people informed, or just like give people the tools that they will need to come out here and be successful. And actually not come out here, like, for instance, we pick you up at the airport, right? We get you up to the trail. We don't want to drop you off that trail, dude, without fuel. We don't want to drop you off without, you know what I mean, dude, without the right stuff, dude. And so...
And we're going to question people that you see that...
Right, dude, right.
That may or may not be...
A little bit iffy. Yeah.
I'm going to look at gear... Not that I'm a gearhead by any stretch, and I'm not going to... If I see a sleeping bag on the outside of your pack, I'm 100% going to question, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because, in all honesty, your sleeping bag is probably the most important part of any of your gear, because if that gets wet, you're in deep trouble. Deep trouble. Now, I will say this. If you're in Georgia... It's a good chance you're going to get out, and you're going to pay a little bit of discomfort and price, because we're so accessible and there's so many accesses to the trail on and off.
That's right.
You're in Maine in the 100 and your sleeping bag's wet, you're in trouble.
That's right.
You should literally make sure that thing stays dry at all costs. And that would normally be a waterproof compression bag, and have your sleeping clothes and have your bag in one of those, because if you get wet and it gets cold, there's this thing called hypothermia. And we see it now, right now.
That's
in January, and it's freezing outside.
Dude, it is freezing. And speaking of that...
And people are unprepared for it.
That's right.
And
because they think the Southeast also...
Absolutely. You hear Georgia and you don't think cold.
That's right. And it's freezing here, man.
It hasn't been above 20 in the last 4 days.
Yeah.
So.
Very cold.
And
you can get messed up quick out here, like he's saying. So the thing about the Southeast here in Georgia, man, is it is wet here. And so, like, it's hard. This is a partial rainforest, too,
Absolutely,
man.
It is.
So, like, when it snows, it's wet with it, too. And once you get wet, like he's saying, man, hypothermia, it's dangerous. And you probably can get out here because you can call Brad.
It's the same thing, though. I mean, like, if you've never hiked, and I don't know y'all's experience, but here, as a experienced guy that's section hiked and then hiked all the entire trail. Guys, if you've never hiked, do 20 miles. Please just do 20 miles. Don't think you're going to do 85 miles in a week.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to tell you can't. There's certainly people that can. But if you've never hiked 20 miles and all these little tiny little hikes build you into, hey, I need to change gear. I should do this or that. It gives you all the little tidbits that you need, so if you decide to do the whole trail, you're ready to get.
Yeah, definitely.
And train, by the way, please train.
Yeah.
Please train. I know people say you can get off the couch and you can hike the AT, and I know people have. I'm not saying that. I personally busted my butt and trained for my hike because I'm older and because my thought was, how hard is 2,200 miles? It's going to be freaking brutal. So my body needs to be in shape. Other people have a different view of that. and I'm not saying that they're not capable of doing it. I am saying you most certainly can without training, but it's going to make your life a hell of a lot easier if you train.
That's right.
And people from Florida that say it's flatlands, I'm pretty sure y'all play high school football and have a high school stadium somewhere you can do some bleachers. I'm sure if you're living on the coast, there's some soft sand that you can go walk in with 30 pounds on your back. I'm not saying that you can get elevation like we got here, but you can definitely do some things that's going to help you out.
Sure, right,
and
right.
take
right.
it serious. I mean, if you're going to do a through hike, take it serious. I mean, it's a job. You're doing a job for however long it takes you. It's your job. Every day you're hiking or taking a zero here and there, but you should take it serious. I mean, it's a serious thing. If you want, I mean, if you're really serious about finishing the trail.
That's right.
And with that said, you can train all you want and get hurt or get sick, and you're off the trail. And there's nothing you can train for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've shuttled people that have hiked 1,800 miles and their hike ended that day because they broke something.
Right, dude, fell down or something,
100%.
bro.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel lucky that I finished because God knows I fell enough. Dude, I fell so many times in Maine and New Hampshire. Dude, it was crazy. Matter of fact, one of the guys I hiked with told me if I didn't have a trail name, he would have given me the trail name Life Alert. I felt so damn much.
Help, I need help.
Exactly.
I think that, while you're on that, man, training and stuff, man, I want to actually talk about people that come out here that haven't really done many miles. This is their first time out here, whether you're an aspiring through hiker or whatever it may be, however you'd like to categorize it. You're a new hiker, man. You come out here, you've been online, you see everyone talking about busting 20s and 15s, their first time out. That's bullshit, man. How many people have you picked up? Well, you don't get online, but I do. I get online, I see everything, man. Maybe I'm not talking, but I'm watching. And so the thing is, man, is I will see people that we literally pick up, get online, and we pick them up after doing 6 miles and they're crying and we brought them to town, man. They will get online and say they busted it off.
There's no shame.
Not at all,
and being
man.
crushed, dude. We've all been crushed.
I think
I've been crushed out there. I mean, the trail's going to humble you really
No
fast.
one's going to do 20s off the rip, dude, that's new. You probably can. You may be able to do 1 or 2, but guess what? On that third day, you're not going to want to move. You're going to be blistered out.
It's not the first 20.
Nah, dude.
I mean, that's the thing that people, I think, get confused about it. You can do the bigger miles, and I certainly did some big days.
Yeah.
But can you do the next big day?
That's right.
Next big day,
consecutively.
Next big day?
That's right.
Because I know y'all have probably shuttled people that I've ran 15 marathons. And
heard that all the time.
And that's great, but we're also running on a road. You're not hiking through the mountains with 30 pounds on your back.
And you're
probably
not all uneven. You're fucking boom, 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 boom.
That's true. And the thing is, you probably could do a 20.
Yeah.
But it comes with a price.
Yep, it does.
And I like to tell people that get into my car when they start this whole thing, it's like walk into your miles. Mm-hmm. Like let your body kind of dictate.
That's right.
When you can do more.
Mm-hmm.
And take it easy. Don't try to crush yourself. This is in all honesty, if it takes you 6 months to hike this trail, you didn't go out there doing. I mean, it's not a race.
Well, if you
it's a marathon. It truly is a marathon. So everybody's different.
6 months, dude. Actually, you can do 15 miles a day for 5 months straight and have 1 month down. I think that's how it is. Or it's like 12 miles a day, whatever it is.
Right.
You don't have to kill yourself first thing, man, because you can add that in somewhere down the line.
Well, you're just going to get in better shape as you proceed.
The way I think of it, man, is if you're a weightlifter, you go to the gym, man. You're not going to start benching 500 pounds, bro, right off rip, man.
You had to work your way to your weight.
That's right, dude. And so if you try doing something like that, you're going to tear stuff. You're probably going to drop the shit on your neck, bro, and choke out if you don't have a spotter, man.
100%.
And that's the same thing with hiking, man. If you see, don't let people intimidate you or
govern your hike.
That's right, bro. Great way to put it, dude, because that's the truth, man. I see a lot of people that will feel like they'll brag about to their family, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do 80 miles in 2 days. Yeah. And then they get out here and they don't accomplish it. And then they feel like shit, dude, because they sat there and talked all that smack and stuff, man.
Very much so.
Yeah, how many people have you picked up like that, bro? They get in your car and they're just like, man, my friend's going to make fun of me.
I got crushed or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, we've all been
on
that road. Dude, there's no shame in it. There's no shame in it.
And dude, if you didn't do 10 miles the first day, who cares?
Yep.
Who cares, man. No one cares except for you.
Amen. And that is you got to take the ego out of it.
That's right, bro.
You got
Good.
to take the ego out.
That's right, dude.
Or you won't not
be
everybody
successful.
is the same.
Yes, dude.
And not everybody has the same level of knowledge, and to go to the social media aspect of that is like, come on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, don't give advice.
Thank you, dude.
And if you do get advice, take it with a grain of salt. Do what works for you. Mm-hmm. Everybody's different. I mean, I hike the trail. I guarantee you, out of all the people that have hiked the trail, parts of the trail, we all have our own little what we want or what we need. Mm-hmm. They're not everybody's the same.
That's right, dude.
And
That's
don't be fooled into you got to wear this shoe or you got to have that pack or you got to have this or that. There's plenty of opportunities out there to do it and not buy the ultralight expensive stuff. You can get a mid-tier gear that is
works.
Reasonably priced that works. Like you don't have to have the next greatest thing.
A lot of people, like an average weight, I think, is between 25 and 30 pounds.
I would say all the people that I hiked with on the trail, I did not meet anybody that wasn't hiking with, that I hiked with, that was hiking any less than probably 25 pounds.
Yeah, that's right, dude.
I mean, I think I was 27, loaded down with 2 liters of water and 3 or 4 days worth of food. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's not like you've got to have, and I hate that base weight BS thing. Mm-hmm. Who cares what your base weight is? How many pounds are you carrying?
I think
that's all that I care about.
That is a trick so that gear companies can continue every 3 or 4 months, every season, dude, to get you guys to buy new stuff, bro.
Apple does the same thing.
Oh, dude, hardcore. All phones do it, man. Everyone does it, bro.
I mean, you certainly want to pay attention to weight. I'm not gonna go down that road where you can't.
Right, dude, but but when they take a bag, dude, and put zippers on it or take the zippers off and lose an ounce, man, and you go out and buy another 5 bones, you know what I mean, or drop another 5 bones on a pack or something. I think that's
the lighter you go, the more money you're going to spend.
Yeah, definitely.
And then is that piece of gear going to work for you? That's the bigger thing that I think about it. Is that piece of gear going to work for me?
There's so many cottage companies out. I don't want to get into that today, dude, but I stick to Big Agnes and the big names, dude, because they take care of people, man. Big Agnes, dude, you'll call them on, man, and they'll send you something, bro.
The beauty of it is that if you do go with the more reputable gear, they're going to look after you.
They're going to take care of you, man. Osprey definitely takes care of their customers, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, ULA does also, I think, but I heard Z-Pack. I'm not... Just what I've heard from experience. Well, I've heard a lot, bro. Like, they've gone downhill over the years.
I think their quality control has fallen off for sure.
That's the problem. Like, people will try to call them, they can't get a can't get a call through or something, bro. It's rough.
Well, I don't, and call me old school or whatever, but I'm not buying a backpack that I can't put on and walk around with.
Yeah, bro, I hear that, man.
But I'm not the online orderer either.
No, I don't do that, bro. I don't do that.
I'm going to Mountain Crossing. Right, or some other outfitter that I can put something on. But yeah, Mountain Crossing. Yeah,
that's right.
Shout out to Mountain Crossing.
I go to Mountain Crossings for everything, man. Yeah.
And here's the other thing: if you're starting a through hike, do not come out here with 8-10 days worth of food starting out.
No, right, dude.
You literally walk to a place, mile 32 on the trail or 31, whatever. Mountain Crossing. You can resupply right there. Mm-hmm. Figure out if you're going to hike the approach and then it's 40 miles, figure out how much food you think you need for that 40 miles. Do not carry a crap load of food. Mm-hmm. It's insane to me the amount of people that show up with a week's worth of food. It's like,
and then never
at mile 32 you can resupply. And you're not, and by the way, here's the other thing that I've learned. You're not going to be hungry your first 3 weeks on this trail. You're not going to have hiker hunger. Just so y'all know that. Mm-hmm. And you know what? It does not kick in until you burn that fat layer off. All of us are a little different.
If you eat the right calories and stuff, man, and don't do Snicker bar diet, man, you'll be better off. This is the way I look at things. I see a lot of people with that sugar diet, man. It's like, man, do you think like bodybuilders and athletes stuff that stuff in them and then run down the trail? There's so many different selections of food if you get out there. And so what he's saying is like, don't just go and buy 10 days worth of food. Once you get moving and stuff too, like people, I don't know if they still do this, but the bounce boxes and the boxes they send with all the pre-packaged foods. And by the time they hit Franklin, they're just like, screw this.
Yeah,
because
100%.
because honestly, you can literally mountain crossings at Mile 31. I mean, you're going to get off this trail somewhere along that line, and there are plenty of places to resupply and get.
Well, even in the 100 mile, you can get a resupply drop.
You can tell, too. Halfway or something now, yeah.
I mean, hell, dude, why carry all that weight? Because you're adding weight. Food's heavy.
It is, man. It is. And so that's a good, that's a good.
But other, I mean, that's just the things I see.
No, bro. And so this is all the stuff that I think that people are coming here unprepared. I think that, like I was saying in the beginning, there's not enough businesses talking. It's just a lot of
people regurgitating things online that have never, believe it or not, hiked.
Yeah, or they hiked in 2010 or 1996.
I would like to say this because this is one other thing that I've noticed. People that give information online, there's a hell of a lot of difference between the information you're going to get if you're going to do a section hike or a through hike. Mm-hmm. So a lot of those people may section hiked it, and I'm not going to say that they don't have the knowledge. A lot of them do, but there's a hell of a lot of difference with spending a week out on the trail and spending months out on the trail. Mm-hmm. It's just different. Mm-hmm. You can struggle your way through 50-mile section hike or however far, and you can have some bad days and whatnot. But when you're on that trail the entire time, it's a whole different ball game. It's a totally different ball game, mm-hmm. and it's a different mindset. Mm-hmm. I can't just get off and do things. I mean, at some point the miles got to add up to get to where you want to go. So you've got to take that into consideration too. I mean,
I think a lot of people today, what I've noticed with the newer crowds since after COVID, bro, I don't know if you've noticed this, man, but the traditional through hike just doesn't exist anymore. A lot of people are flip-flopping, going home for a month and resting and coming back, dude, and flying all over the place,
or
dude.
not wanting to stay in the woods.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And that's fine, dude. Whatever.
You do you.
That's right, dude. Hike your own hike, man. It doesn't, whatever, man. But that is definitely something that's been going on out
I'm
here.
I'm saying the section hike because I've done some long section hikes before I did my through hike, mm-hmm. and I had a mismileaged section hike from my wife. She said it was shorter, and it was definitely not shorter. Mm-hmm. And I had to do stupid amount of miles in 3 days. Well, if I had to do that on trail and a through hike, I would have been crushed. Mm-hmm. I mean, it would have taken me off the trail for a while. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was dying getting in the hot springs. Mm-hmm. Like I died. My wife was picking me up there. My son jumped out from a building, surprised me that he was there. And the first thing out of his mouth was like, "Oh my God, Dad, you look like shit." I was like, "Yeah, your mom tried to kill me."
Right, bro.
Like I could struggle through it because I knew I'm coming off trail right then and there. Yeah. And I'm not getting back on trail anytime soon. So there's a lot of difference between being able to push yourself to the point of, just total exhaustion. Whereas if I was in a through hike, if I'd have done those miles, oh my God, dude. Mm-hmm. Not, middle in my hike, I could definitely do it. Beginning of my hike, there's no way I could have done it.
Sure,
absolutely not.
Sure, you need to eat. So
you gotta be smart about this thing.
Ease yourself in, fucking. And so I wanted to go back. Hold on one second. I forgot where I was. I apologize, but I wanted to go back and just touch on a little bit about preparation and places to. So, for instance, this is an example. The other day, there was a person looking for a ride from Neil Gap, and for some unknown reason, instead of going to town that was 12 miles away, they bought a hotel that was an hour away all the way east in Clayton. And no one would pick him up. No one wanted to pick dude up, bro, because
I would have done it, but I I had other. I mean, we all have stuff scheduled.
That's right,
you
man.
You can't go way out of the way and then come way back. I mean, once you go one way, we have to come back.
Right. And so
we have a schedule that we have other hikers to take care of, and it messed him up, I'm sure, trying to get off trail.
Well, the same guy from Gooch Gap went to Dawsonville, which is about an hour and 10 minutes away.